Okay. Thank you, MLJ. Good afternoon, my dear students. I hope you all are in good health and taking good care of yourself. With the June 2023 examinations just a step ahead, I am quite sure that you all must have utilized your time very effectively and prepared well for giving your best in the examinations. Exams are litmus test of your abilities, strength, and self-management. You are therefore advised to overcome your fear and repose faith in your abilities, channel with your strength, and you will come out with flying colors. My dear students, your inner strength will help you to dispel your fear at the time of examination. As Chanakya said, as soon as the fear approaches near, attack and destroy it. Just be strong and study hard. Remember, there is no shortcut for success. Always remember this, that there is no shortcuts for success. With this, on behalf of Board of Studies, I, Dr. Ruchi Agarwal, welcome you for the BoS for Success session of Paper 4, Part 2, Business and Commercial Knowledge at Foundation Level. Students, Business and Commercial Knowledge paper presents a wonderful opportunity for you to showcase your knowledge and expertise in a format that requires sharp understanding and quick decision making. The Business and Commercial Knowledge paper, being MCQ based, requires you to not only possess a solid understanding of the subject matter, but also the ability to analyze, evaluate, and select the most appropriate answer among the given options. Remember that each question in this paper is carefully crafted to test your comprehension and knowledge skills at foundation level. As you encounter the multiple choice questions, do not just settle for the first option that seems reasonable. Take the time to read each question carefully, consider all the choices, and analyze it in depth. Look for keywords, eliminate unlike options, and use your critical thinking abilities to arrive at the most appropriate and accurate answer. While the MCQ format may seem challenging, it also offers certain advantages. It provides you with a broad range of topics, allowing you to demonstrate your knowledge across various areas of business and commerce. Furthermore, it helps you practice the skill of making informed decisions under pressure, which is an absolute and essential attribute for any successful professional. As you are aware, for this examination, you prepare for this examination, revise the key concepts, review your study material, and engage in practice sessions to familiarize yourself with the MCQ format. One more important thing is time management. Time management is very crucial in an MCQ-based paper. So make sure you allocate sufficient time to each question while also keeping an eye on the overall time available with you. I want you to approach this paper with confidence, knowing that you have put in the hard work and have a strong foundation of knowledge. Trust your instincts and the preparation you have undertaken. Remember, every question is an opportunity to showcase your understanding and stand out from the rest. Believe in yourself, stay calm, and maintain a positive mindset throughout the examination. Read each question carefully, analyze the options, and trust your judgment, which is very important. Remember that you have the capability to excel in this MCQ-based paper, and this examination is just one stop in your journey towards become a successful chartered accountant. I wish you all the best for your upcoming business and commercial knowledge paper. Accept the challenge, enjoy the process, and let your knowledge and quick thinking shine through each MCQ. With this note, now we come to the queries which I generally come through various platforms from the students. In this session, I'm going to take all these queries. Before that, what is basically the objective of scheduling this class? To brush up your knowledge, solve your queries, your doubts, discussion on the common issues, working on improvement of your preparedness, and motivate from better to best. The very common issue which I found across from the students from the various platforms is that how to score maximum marks in business and commercial knowledge. My dear students, I already told you there is no shortcut for success. Read and understand the concepts. Do practice of the MCQs based on the concepts. Practice, practice, practice. That is the only thing which can give you success, which can be helpful in scoring good marks in business and commercial knowledge. One more thing which I would like to emphasize is you are expected to read at least one financial newspaper and one business magazine on a regular basis. Students may also watch a business channel to remain updated about the developments related to the commercial world. Another common question comes from the students is that what are the sources available for revision, practice, etc. So my dear students, of course, the study material is the most important. Apart from that, you can visit our live coaching classes or recording. All the recorded classes are available. Assignments, notes, PPTs are very much there. Now, next is how we got the MCQs for practice. MCQs are available at the end of each chapter. Apart from that, additional MCQs are also available at the end of the study material. Mock test papers, there are two series. One is already floated and another one is coming in a few days time, by the next week, I suppose. So you have to practice on it. In our, if time permits, I'll discuss the MTP series 1 also today itself. Few of the queries related to examination, which I found from the students. Students, do you know that this paper is of 40 marks and there is a proper weightage mechanism in each paper. So first of all, understand this, that this paper, we will going to test your comprehension and knowledge skills at foundation level here, right? The weightage of each and every chapter, there are total 6 chapters, and in the weightage of each and every chapter is approximately around 15 to 18%, except the chapter 3, which whose weightage is 15 to 20%. That means more or less all the chapters are equal. So we need to emphasize on the whole study material. We can't study selective. So in that case, our first chapter is Introduction to Business, where the weightage is 15 to 18%, and only the knowledge and comprehension skills are going to test in the whole paper of business and commercial knowledge. So in the first chapter, we have covered Introduction to Business, where nature of business, profession, employment, what is employment, what is profession, what are the objectives of business, economic activities, non-economic activities, and various forms of business organizations are covered here. The students, those who are having the background of commerce, those who have opted commerce in 11th and 12th, they must be aware about all the terms defined in the chapter 1. And this basically, this chapter is designed for the purpose of with the purpose of keeping in mind that the students, those who are who don't have the commerce background, even though they can easily understand the terms, terminology and of business and commerce. The next chapter is business environment. It's a very broad environment because everything around the environment. There are micro and macro environment, elements of micro and macro environment, and other related things. Basically, business environment, dear students, we can just simply take the example of recently the COVID. How the environment changes immediately. We are not ready for it. We even don't know in these circumstances how we will manage the things. So what are the elements which hits the business? In chapter 2, we will study on it. Then the third chapter is business organizations. Here we have taken an overview of the selected Indian and global companies. Few of the Indian companies, more or less from the NSE, and few of them are global companies, top global companies. Here we are trying to capture the broad structuring, who is the CEO, CFO, and when this company has established, incorporated, and what basically they are in the business. Then our next chapter is government policies for business growth. In this chapter, we have covered the policies, government policies, which are policies creating conducive business environment like LPG, liberalization, privatization, and globalization, foreign direct investment, FIIs, foreign investment institutes, etc. Then the next unit is organizations facilitating business. In this chapter, broadly, we have divided this chapter into 2 parts: Indian regulatory bodies and Indian development banks. Regulatory bodies like RBI, which governs the banking system, SEBI, markets, CCI, Competition Commission, then IRDAI, Insurance Department. Then Indian development banks, broadly it is NABARD. Earlier it was like IFCI and all, but now more or less they all are obsolete, and this Indian Development Bank, NABARD, National Agriculture Bank, is still there. And last but not the least chapter is common business terminologies. This chapter, while drafting this chapter, keeping all the things in mind, that our students get acquainted with the terms which are generally used in the business world. From that perspective, this chapter was designed, and the terminology we have taken from various areas, or I can say the domains of business, like from the finance sector, finance, stock and commodity markets, from marketing perspective, from banking perspective, and other business related terminologies we have covered in this chapter. So these are the broad summary of the syllabus, and I hope by that time now you people are aware about all the chapters. Let me once see that if somebody has raised any query. One of the student is asking, Mehak, ma'am, please tell me if 4 questions are wrong, so deducted 1 marks. Yes, there is a 0.25 marks negative marking is there of 0.25 marks for 1 question. I'm coming on that. And I will tell you each and everything. Don't worry about this. Students are very curious to know that how much negative marking is there. Please, ma'am, previous tips for chapter 3, how to learn and understand when your second revision is done, but not getting confidence in chapter 3. Okay. For that, for chapter 3 students, my submission to all the students is that please read at least 1 financial newspaper and 1 financial newspaper, and daily listen at least 1 financial, or you can news bulletin on daily basis. So there is no difficulty while learning this chapter 3. Otherwise, in the December 2022 issue of student journal, we have tried to compile all the amendments, all the changes so far till December 22. We have incorporated all the changes in that particular capsule of December 22 journal. So my advice to all the students, please refer that journal or capsule. If you are, that is already available on our website in the form of, you will simply go to the students tab on the website, then open BoS knowledge portal, then student journal, and then you can see in the archives December 2022 issue of student journal. Either you can refer it from there, or you can go for our quick referencer tab. There also you will get the updated chapter 3. It is very much in the tabulated form. I have tried to compile all the important things in that particular capsule for chapter 3, because this is a very common query I generally received from the students about chapter 3. You can then go to one of the student, Kevin, is asking, ma'am, can we attempt BCK and then go to business economics, and both subjects we get in same paper? It is very, I'm going to address this query in my PPTs. My dear students, first of all, I'll tell you that there is no as such specific separation or division in the chapter, in the question paper. The question paper is a gambit of 100 MCQs, There is no specification that this is part 1, this is part 2. Generally, the questions are mingled up. This is again up to you, up to the student, that how he will deal with it. Ma'am, do we get past year MTPs as on the BoS website? Only this year MTPs are there, and past attempts MTPs is not there. Also, so I think MTPs are available for last attempt on the website. You please check the website. Ma'am, economics and BCK paper will be on OMR sheet paper. Yes, beta, yes. It is very much on OMR sheet. Paper economics. Yes, the paper comes in a mixed form, not separately. There is no, I already told you that there is no specification that this is part 1, this is part 2. Coming mixed, questions are coming mixed. Many of the students ask the same query. Shlok. Will questions from current affairs regarding BCK be asked in the exam? Not in the sense of current affairs. Everything comes under the purview of the syllabus. So far, I have received these queries. So come to our next thing, that paper pattern, which I have seen that many of the students are asking the same type of query, which I am going to address in these PPTs. All MCQs are compulsory. Remember that all MCQs are compulsory. There is no choice in the questions. First of all, be clear on that count. And moreover, all questions carry 1 mark each. That means there are 40, this paper is of 40 marks. So 40 MCQs will be asked in the question, in the examination from business and commercial knowledge. And every question is of 1 mark each. There will be negative marking of 0.25 for each wrong answer. Some of the students have asked this query, so that's why. Which part to attempt first, part 1 or part 2? So this query I have already addressed, that there is no such division in the question paper. You can decide that either you go 1 by 1, or you can first complete 1 and then go to other. That is up to you. There is no division, no separation in the question paper. Few of the students asked how to attempt the MCQs. I have already told you how to attempt the MCQs in my introductory part, but still every MCQ has 4 options, which might seem similar. Hence, the students has to choose the most appropriate answer. One more thing which I have briefed during my introductory session is that how to manage time in examination. Time management is very, very crucial. It is very crucial in MCQ based paper. So make sure you allocate sufficient time to each question while asked, also keeping an eye on the overall time available. So keep in mind that this complete paper is of 100 marks, is of 2 hours. Please remember this, that this paper is of 2 marks, the complete paper, including the business economics, right? Economics plus business and commercial knowledge paper comprises of 100 MCQs. Every MCQ is compulsory and each MCQ is of 1 mark. And remember that for that matter, the time allocation is 2 hours. That means 120 minutes. So you have to attempt, gear up yourself and there is a simple mathematics behind it, that in 2 hours, we have 120 minutes in our hand, including all, right? In that case, you have to attempt 100 MCQs. That means more or less, we have 1 minute for each MCQ and keeping aside 20 minutes for revision and completion of paper and other formalities. Mind it, students, be little fast while you are reading the questions. Adhere to the time allocated, otherwise you will not be able to complete your paper in 2 hours. Then live coaching classes for revision of the subject is important, but how to access? Through mobile app, see recorded live lectures, go to the assignments for self-assessment. Where to do revision from? Mock test papers, LCC uploads, quick referencer, December 2022 issue of Student Journal capsule on business and commercial knowledge is relevant for May-June 23 examination. These are few of the queries, general queries, which I have received from students at various point of time through various platforms. After that, yes, Dhruv, all MCQs, 1 mark each. One of the Vaishnavi is saying, ma'am, is it better to leave unknown questions or to attempt them as only 0.25 marks are deducted if wrong? Vaishnavi, if you have a slight confusion, better to attempt it, na? And if you are not at all aware about, no guess, nothing is like, you are not able to conclude anything, so better to leave. But my advice to students, please, if you have any, just, it's a simple mathematics. If you get the chance, if you get it correct, then you will score 1 mark. But if you have not attempted the question, definitely you have lose that 1 mark. But if you have attempted, there are 2 options. Either you got 1, you will get 1 mark, score 1 mark, or you can lose 0.25. So this is your choice. How many past attempts MTPs should we prefer? Last attempt is more than sufficient, but remember, in that it may also be the chances that questions from chapter 3 needs to be updated. Another query is, can we leave a question unattempted if not sure about answer? Yes, if you feel that you are not able to even select, or we can say reject few of the options, then it is advisable. After that, ma'am, if by mistake, if we circle the wrong option while knowing the right answer, do you advise us to mark the right answer in pencil and then circle the answer, all answers in pen to beta? It requires practice. It is up to you if you are not confident about the, because remember that we have limited time to solve 100 questions. So that is why I said that the only solution to score good marks in MCQs is do practice, practice, practice. How to remember all names of CEO, CFO, philosophy, portfolio, and incorporation date? It is quite tough. Please suggest some remedies. The only remedy is read the newspaper on daily basis. Then there is no need to cram anything. It will automatically incorporate in your mind. But if you want the things to be done in 2-3 days or 5 days, then there is no choice except to cram. But the objective is to introduce this paper. The objective is to understand the things, what is going on in the business world, rather than to cram the things. So till now I have addressed all the queries. So technically now I'm going to practice. I'm going to start the mock test paper series. I think you all are having that MTP1 with you. Few of the questions I'm going to ask you. You have to tell me. I'll give you, set a timer for each question. Set a timer for each questions. Here we are going to do 40 questions. So we have to complete this work in 40 minutes. Now it is 12:40, right? So by 1:20, we should be thorough with all the questions. The very first question is, be fast. A company which may be created for a future project or to hold an asset or intellectual property and has no significant accounting transactions called. Send me the answers fast. Yes, very good, very good. Students are writing. Correct, Kevin. You are absolutely right, Kevin. The answer is dormant company. Come to next. Which of the following is not a correct statement? Make in India campaigning is an example of political legal environment. Changes in corporate tax is an example of political legal environment. Increase in GDP is an example of economic environment. Reliance Jio as an competitor of BSNL is an example of internal environment. Send me the answers fast, quick. Here we need to use our speed as well as prompt answers are required. Fast, who is the one? First one, B. Saloni has written. Answer is D, Saloni. Why? How B is correct? Changes in corporate tax is an example of political legal environment. What is political legal environment? The environment which creates due to political changes. Right? So changes in corporate tax is an example of political environment. Please mind it that it is very much mentioned. You have to find out the not correct statement. While reading the here in the mock test series, I had tried to put not in caps, but it is not necessary that in examination it is mentioned in caps. It may also be possible that it will come in a running statement. So you have to very cautious while reading the question, whether it is asked that it is not the statement, find out the correct statement, or which is not the correct statement. Many of the students do this mistake. So while reading the question, please very careful that what is being asked by the question, right? So here Reliance Jio as a competitor of BSNL is an example of internal environment. No, this is wrong. It's an example of external environment because competitors are external, not internal. Few of the students had given correct answer, but few are writing B, C. I don't know why they are writing. Yes, Ansh has written correct. He has given the explanation also that Jio is an external environment, right? Yes. Atharv has also written the correct one, right? Next, come to the next one. Which one of the following is not related to fund transfer in banks? Not related. Right. Shubham, very good, very fast. Others are fund transfers, RTGS, NEFT, IFSC. We need all the three while transferring the funds. But cash reserve ratio and statutory liquidity ratio are not required. Next question. Hurry up, fast. Which of the following is not meant by liberalization? Not by liberalization. Yes, Shlok, you have also given. Decontrol, disinvestment of PSU, freedom to do business, deregulation. Post your answers. Yash has written a query that, ma'am, shall we require separate passing marks in both sections 1 and 2 or combined passing marks in both sections of paper 4? But I am telling you again and again that there is no sections, no separation in the question paper. So, marks will come combinedly. You have to pass in both, not necessarily that in both you have to combine, pass in combination. Okay. Answer is disinvestment of PSUs. Right. B is the not meant by liberalization. Disinvestment of PSU is what? Privatization. Others are liberalization, decontrol, freedom to do business, deregulation. These all are the features of liberalization. Why you are opting deregulation? Next is high beta value stocks are. It's very simple. Post your answers fast. More volatile. Next is the vision, be a model corporate entity with social responsibility committed to energizing lives through sustainable development belongs to which? ONGC, IOC, BPCL, HPCL. Post your BPCL. Right. Next is which of the following is not correct? Again, not correct. You have to find out the three. In this, 3 options are correct. Only one is incorrect. So we have to find out the incorrect option. In bullish market, prices of security increases. In bearish market, prices of security fall. This is again correct. In bearish market, the investors are optimists. Isn't so? Pessimist हो जाते हैं bearish में तो. Bullish में investors are optimist. So the answer is C. Next. So try to understand, students, that while you are giving the answer of any MCQ, please make it in mind. First of all, read the question carefully, that what the examiner has asked you, whether the statement is correct or not correct. Then you have to, if you are not able to find out the clear-cut answer, what you have to, elimination. Out of elimination, what one answer you will get. You have to apply your logics. That is why I had done this 7th question in that form, so that you will understand that how you can find out. Sometimes we don't know that what is the correct answer, but we know that others are not correct. So that's why by eliminating the other options, we can get the correct answer also. Like this question, which one of the following is not the strategic response to the environment? Administrative response, competitive response, collective response, and political response. We know that administrative is there, competitive is there for the environment, strategic response, and then collective response. So it is but obvious political is odd one out. Sometimes we have to give think rationally before giving the answer. Which of the following is not a regulatory institution? Oh, RBI, banks regulation, IRDA, regulation of insurance and SEBI, securities regulation. Then we don't know what is ARC. So definitely it is not a regulatory institution. In that form, we can go. This you have to apply. So now my answers is visible or not? Yes, those who are sending me, I'm getting so many responses. So don't worry. If I'm not taking the name of a particular person, it is very difficult for me to mention the name of all the students because so many students are active over here. So don't take it too hard that ma'am has not announced my name in the class. So don't take it too hard. I'm just whatever I'm seeing, because the moment I flash the question, multiple students are giving the answers. So it is not possible for me to take the name of all the students, right? But here our objective, our purpose is to understand and practice the questions. Kevin is writing that till now my 2 questions are wrong. So till now we have done only 9 questions, Kevin. So that means what is your percentage till now? Less than 80 or more than 80, right? 80 to 83% marks you got right now. So you need to do more work. Okay, come to the next. Which of the following sectors prohibited under FDI, foreign direct investment? Here again, there is it is not a straightforward. Which of the following sectors prohibited under FDI? That means textiles? No. Atomic automobiles? No. Insurance? No. Then atomic energy is the only. So you have to think rationally. Few of the questions you will able to get the answers immediately. ARC full form, there is no as such ARC full form. It is just a fictitious abbreviation, right? So that is what I want to tell you while solving the MCQs, that it is not essential that everything is rational. No, sometimes we give some of the options just which are not in any shape in the real world. So in that case, you have to follow the elimination policy. Selection by elimination, जिसको बोलते हैं. Who has written B? Insurance. How insurance? How insurance is prohibited under FDI? How one can say? Next is maximum number of members in a private limited company are. Very easy question. Very, very simple question. Post your answers. Hurry up. 200. Then next is, which bank provides the digital service PayZap. Oh, very interesting. I think the students of today's age, all the students, all the kids are very much aware about it. Then there should not be any mistake in it. Yes, very good. Stuti has written HDFC Bank Limited. Next is dash implies contractual co-ownership of a business. Contractual co-ownership. HUF, no. There is a karta, sole proprietorship. No. Private limited company, no. Incorporation is required. So co-ownership is in partnership. Emergence of a strong new competitors in the industry is an example of the business is going on, and a strong new competitor in the industry is an example of, is it an opportunity? If you are already doing some business, right? Another person comes in the industry, in the market, and do the same business. Is it a strength for you? Is it a weakness for you? Is it an opportunity for you, or is it a threat for you? Of course, it is a threat for you. I'm giving you a very leading example for this, that you all are aware about that before Reliance Jio came into the picture. There were 3-4 major service provider, telecom service providers like Airtel or Europe, Airtel, Idea, some others are also there. But now, as and when the Reliance Jio enters the market, it will become a threat for all the existing players. So emergence of a strong new competitor in the industry is an example of threat. In detail, you will study all the things in at intermediate level in your strategic management. Right? Very good, very good. Students are very active, and I'm really very happy and glad to know that students are active and they are giving, more or less the students are giving the correct answers, which is very enthusiastically students are participating. Hare Baba, Shlok is asking, ma'am, which year MTP is this? My God, Shlok, only this year MTP is this. This is the very first series for June 23. How can you ask this question? That means you have not seen the mock test papers so far. Yes, Kevin has written that BSNL, MTNL, Vodafone, Tata, they all are now died, right? Just because of a strong competitor. Better try to understand. This paper is very, very interesting. It is very interesting. There is no need to do so much of exercise, so much of rectification. If you are familiar about the things which are going on in the business market. So with your common sense and your understanding of the concepts, you will be able to give more than, I can say, almost 100% question answers, if you are aware about the developments going on in the market. That's why I'm more and more emphasizing on that. Please read the newspapers, please read the business magazines, please at least listen one business bulletin on daily basis, so that more than 70-80% things you will not I bet you, okay, there is no need to cram the things if you are aware about the developments going on in the business market. Next is regulation of forex transactions is done by the, Hare Baba, it's a very simple question. Regulation. Who is going to regulate the forex transactions in our country? RBI Ministry of Finance, SEBI, World Bank. World Bank has nothing to do with this. SEBI has nothing to do. The SEBI has to regulate the markets, capital market. Ministry of Finance, no. Then who is going to regulate? Reserve Bank of India, our apex bank of the country. Immediately you have to make your mind that, no, this, why not these B, C, D? You know the answers, you know the reasons that why not these, so that you can be, you are very much sure that this is the only, A is the only answer. It is not necessary while you should be very careful. A, of course, you know that why A is the answer, but why not B, C, D? Just to check and ensure that A is the only correct answer. Right? Ma'am, why ICI does not provide test papers in previous year question papers of paper number 3 and 4? Please give the answers. That, beta, you can ask to exam department. That is not in my hands. But students are writing such kind of questions, such kind of problems. My query is, I am also curious after seeing your so many queries. Now I am curious that why you are so much dependent upon previous question papers. Why? Why you people require the previous question papers? Prepare yourself thoroughly. There is no need for any past year question papers. If you are thorough in your concepts, if you are thorough in your studies, if you are well aware about the recent developments in the industry, then I don't think so that you require such kind of things. These are the things which those students will ask, those who cram the things. Beta, try to understand that you all are going to be the future chartered accountants. You are a true be a true professional, right? You all have read in the first chapter na, that what is professionalism, what is business and profession, what is profession. You know na that CA is also a profession. There is some code of for chartered accountants. This is also an example of profession. Sure, come to next. Monetary policy does not concentrate upon. That means monetary policy concentrate upon what? Interest rates, credit control, liquidity adjustment. No, monetary policy has nothing to do with the disposable income. Right? So that's one of the student is writing, ma'am, are there question with 2 correct answers like we have in maths? Oh my God. If it is so, although it is the very less chances are there, but if it is so, you have to apply your common sense and you have to apply your logics, that which one is the appropriate answer out of 2. If there are 2 options, you have to find out that which is the nearest answer, nearest appropriate answer. Okay? For giving service. Ma'am, please show weightage of chapter in BCK. Please, ma'am, please. Beta, I have already, Raman, I have already shown you, but don't worry. If you want, I can tell you right now that chapter 1, 15 to 18%, chapter 2, again 15 to 18%, chapter 3, 15 to 20%, and rest of the chapters 4, 5, and 6 are again 15 to 18. That means don't try to do selective study. all the chapters are important and the coverage of all the chapters are more or less equal. And there is a simple mathematics behind this, that we have 6 chapters in our hand, and from the 6 chapters, the paper setter will ask you 40 questions. So 40 divided by 6 is equals to, how many questions come from each chapter? 6. 6 तो सभी में से आएगा. 6 6 36, राइट. एंड उसके अलावा जो 4 क्वेश्चंस बचे वो आपके किसी भी चैप्टर में से आ सकते हैं. इट मे बी फ्रॉम चैप्टर 3. मैक्सिममली आपको 6 to 7 क्वेश्चंस विल कम फ्रॉम ईच चैप्टर. सो देयर इज नो स्पेस टू डू सिलेक्टिव स्टडी. अगर आप, if you are not able to do any of the unit and if you have skipped the unit completely, chapter completely, so my dear students, I'm sorry to say you will not be able to attempt 6 to 8 marks paper. So that's why I'm emphasizing that please study completely. There is no scope for selective study, right? Yes, you all are very good in mathematics. I saw your answers, that 6 to 7, 5, 7. Very good. You all are near to. Next is, which of the following is the correct statement? Remember, now read the question here. In this question, I have asked you the correct statement. I have not asked you the which of the following is not correct, right? So this kind of jumbling must be there. While reading the question, be very careful. FDI has strong speculative effect in the stock market. FII have strong speculative effect in the stock market. FDI is also called portfolio investment. Yes, FDI is short-term investment. Here we have to find out one correct. Rest of the 3 are incorrect. So the correct one is FII have strong speculative effect in the stock market. अभी recently में आपने देखा होगा. You have seen this recently. In the stock market, FIIs have withdrawn their money and immediately the stock market gets shattered. Right? What is consolidation? A very theoretical question, and the commerce background students must be aware. Combination of 2 or more entities that occurs when the entities transfer all their net assets to. Students are writing. Good. Oh, Rituraj is writing. FII have speculative effect. Then next is, which of the following is not true about a limited liability partnership? Separate legal entity, incorporation, not mandatory like normal part. Again, it is not true. Not true about limited liability partnership, LLP. Which one is not correct? Incorporation, because in LLP also incorporation is mandatory, right? Others are separate legal entity होता है, designated partners होते हैं, hybrid form of business organization है. Which of the following is not part of internal environment of a business organization? Not. Labor unions, corporate culture, customers, organization structure. Customers. Next, to be the leading provider of financial services in India and a major global bank is in the vision of which Indian commercial bank? Tell me the vision. Whose vision is this? ICICI Bank. Economic activities, you are aware, very much aware about economic activities. Those activities where there is some kind of in any form, there is a money persists. Altruism, rationality, sentiments, emotional reasons. Of course, rationality, brain, money, money, money only, right? Next is Amazon in India has its registered office at where? Hyderabad. You all are very much aware about Amazon, right? Anybody can tell me, is Amazon an LLP or what is this basically, Amazon? Which form of organization? Post your post your answers. Amazon is a which form of organization? Right now, as well as at the time of its incorporation. Anybody have any idea? Every day, every student once visit Amazon app. Am I wrong or right? And the answer is correct. You are right. All are written good answers that Hyderabad, the registered office. But I have asked you a question that Amazon is which form of organization? Currently, it is a private. Okay, okay. Is it private? It's a global, right? Public company. Somebody is writing private company, somebody is writing public company. Few of are writing joint stock company. Sonali has written global company. But do you know that the time when this company was first come into force, it was a one person company, OPC, which is a new concept. In India, it is growing. This OPC concept is growing, but still it is in the elementary stage. But when you all of are aware na, that Jeff BoS was earlier an employee of Walmart. Then he left the organization and he started his bookstore. So at that time, it was Amazon was a one person company. Now, but it has changed in a form of multinational company, right? So while reading the things, na, you just think about that. When you feel like that, na, while you are reading the newspaper or something, there must be such kind of curiosity in your mind. And nowadays, so it is very easy to, thanks to the Google who has given such a wonderful engine to us to do to see the things over there immediately. Those times have gone when we have to, for gathering the information, we have to seek for the books, for some experienced holders, for right. But now we all are very, Google is the mastermind of all, right? So very simple questions you can ask from there. Next question is, a company is said to undergo when its assets are sold off piecemeal rather than one single operating entity. Very simple. Liquidation. Next is marketing, finance, operations, human behavior, law and policy, economics, all together derive BCK. What does it tell us about? It's eclectic domains. Then gain for one is a loss for someone else. This concept can be understood by which of the characteristics of business environment? Yes, of course it is. If somebody is having loss, other is getting gain, then only it comes in the balancing form. Na? It is a multifaceted. Indian LPG is the product of which enterprise in India? IOCL. Of course, not NTPC. It's a power not ONGC, PGCIL, IOCL. For a business, inflation as an indicator of policy shall be most detrimental if, detrimental means harmful. If inflation as an indicator of policy shall be most harmful if it is, nowadays what is going on? Inflation is at very high stage, but still the economy is going on. But during the COVID time, when there was no business, nothing, no sale purchase is going on, the inflation was less. And if it goes beyond that, beyond a certain limit goes down, then it is really very dangerous. So in that case, extremely low is harmful. And you can understand it from the economics that how inflation is harmful when it is quite low. It will create deflation and devaluation of money and other things, concepts will come. Which of the following is not a function of RBI? Promoting of banks, yes. Collection of bankers to government, funding NABARD. Collection of foreign institution. The exchange rate of a country is number of units of a given currency that can be purchased. So these are the questions. I'm just seeing that few of the 10 questions are left in this particular MTP. I think you people will do it, and those who have not done, please do it and post your queries if you find any problem in BCK. You can post it on my email ID ruchi.gupta@icai.in, or you can post it on the eSahayata portal, right? And students, my number is 3045907. If somebody wants to discuss anything, I'm available on Monday to Friday on 5 days on this number 3045907. You can contact me, or you can post your queries on ruchi.gupta@icai.in. No issues on that. Right? So with this, I think we have covered more or less your basic queries as well as your technical queries. If anybody is having any query, please post it urgently. Otherwise, I will wind up the session because it is already, we are beyond the time. My technical persons are showing me eyes that, ma'am, now time is over. So if you have any query, please let me know. Please post. I'm giving you 1 minute. Or otherwise, you can post your queries on my email ID, ruchi.gupta@ici.in, or you can contact me on 3045907. Yes, it is telephone number. Raman, it is telephone number, landline number. Okay. So thank you very much, students. I enjoyed to take this session, and I hope that the same from your side. Thank you for listening me very patiently, and wish you all the best for your future endeavors. Be in touch. Thank you very much. Thank you, technical team.